Somewhere in the dark beyond Mars, there is a planet so massive it almost became a sun. And if it had, you would not be here to watch this. For decades, we called it gentle. A giant wrapped in cream and orange bands, a beautiful storm swirling on its face like a painting. But that painting is a lie. Move closer, really close, and the instruments start screaming. Radiation levels spike beyond anything a human body could survive, not in hours, in minutes. This is Jupiter, and it is not the calm king of the solar system we were taught to imagine. It is something closer to a monster wearing a beautiful mask. Here is the unsettling part. Jupiter came within 80 times its own mass of becoming a second sun. If it had ignited, Earth might never have formed. We are here in part because a star failed to be born. Instead, it became something stranger, a world with no surface. No ground to stand on ever, just layers of gas, falling deeper and deeper into pressure that would crush a submarine like paper. By the end of this journey, you will understand why our most advanced spacecraft can only survive brief, careful passes near this planet, and why some scientists believe Jupiter has been quietly deciding what lives and what dies in our solar system for 4.5 billion years. To understand why Jupiter matters to us, you have to understand scale. Real scale, not the kind from a textbook. Jupiter could swallow more than 1,300 Earths inside itself. Line up every other planet in the solar system, Saturn, Neptune, Mars, all of them combine their mass together. And Jupiter still outweighs that entire pile 2 times over. One single storm on its surface has been burning for at least 400 years. Possibly far longer. The Great Red Spot is large enough to swallow our entire planet, with room left over. At its edges, winds cut across the sky at 400 kilometers an hour. Scientists call this calm. Deeper in, jet streams tear past at over 600 kilometers an hour, walls of gas moving faster than sound travels here on Earth. This is not weather the way we understand it. This is chaos operating on a scale the human mind was never built to hold. And the deeper you travel into that chaos, the stranger and more dangerous it becomes. There is no floor waiting for you down there. Only pressure, thickening endlessly until something impossible happens to ordinary gas. At a certain depth inside Jupiter, hydrogen, the same gas you breathe out in a laugh, stops behaving like a gas at all. Crushed under pressure beyond imagination, it turns into liquid metal. This ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen spinning beneath the clouds generates something almost incomprehensible. A magnetic field 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. If human eyes could see it, it would hang in our sky larger than the full moon. An invisible structure stretching millions of kilometers, reaching all the way to Saturn. But this field does not protect Jupiter's worlds. It weaponizes the space around them. It captures charged particles from the sun and accelerates them to near light speed, weaving them into radiation belts lethal enough to kill an unshielded human in minutes. When NASA sent the Juno spacecraft here, engineers had to build it a 200-kilogram vault of titanium just to keep its electronics alive. Even then, Juno can only dare a handful of hours near Jupiter before retreating. An earlier probe was not so lucky. In 2003, the Galileo spacecraft plunged directly into that atmosphere and absorbed a radiation dose equal to 25 million dental X-rays before the crushing pressure tore it apart. There is no safe orbit here, no safe approach. Every mission we send to Jupiter is running on borrowed time. So why does something this hostile still control the fate of our solar system? Scientists are divided on this question, and the disagreement itself is unsettling. Some believe Jupiter's gravity acts like a shield, pulling in comets and asteroids before they can reach us. Others argue the opposite, that Jupiter's gravity flings just as many dangerous objects toward Earth as it deflects away. In 1994, we watched this power directly. Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 wandered too close, and Jupiter's gravity tore it into 21 pieces. One by one, those fragments slammed into the atmosphere at 60 kilometers per second, leaving scars larger than Earth itself. There is a theory, the Grand Tack hypothesis, suggesting Jupiter once migrated inward, almost to where Mars orbits now, scattering material, absorbing worlds that never got the chance to finish forming. Some scientists believe this is the reason Mars never grew larger. The reason the asteroid belt exists at all, not debris from a shattered planet, but the ruins of planets Jupiter never allowed to be born. And it is not only history. Even now, Jupiter's 4 largest moons lie inside its shadow. Io is squeezed by tidal forces so violent it has become the most volcanically active place in the solar system, its surface reshaping itself, year after year. Europa hides a subsurface ocean, one of our best hopes for finding life beyond Earth, yet its surface bathes in lethal radiation, forcing any future mission to drill through kilometers of ice just to reach safety. Are these moons refuges or prisoners? Step back now and look at the whole shape of what we've found. Jupiter has been here for 4.5 billion years, spinning in the dark long before life crawled out of any ocean, long before dinosaurs, long before the first human looked up and gave it a name. And it has never once stopped being violent, never stopped crushing, never stopped feeding. We built Juno to study it anyway, and in return it rewrote what we thought we knew. We learned Jupiter's core is not solid, but a strange, diffuse blur, as if the planet is still slowly swallowing material from impacts that happened billions of years ago. We learned its storms don't just sit on the surface, they reach down hundreds of kilometers into the dark. We even traced its auroras back to Io's volcanoes, ash and fire flung into space, ionized, and dragged along invisible magnetic lines into light. We will never walk on Jupiter. There is no ground there to stand on. We will never build a home in its clouds. But somewhere in that impossible, crushing chaos, it is still writing the rules the rest of the solar system has to live by. So the next time you look up and see that steady, quiet point of light in the night sky, remember what you're actually looking at. Not a peaceful neighbor, a storm older than memory, a king that rules not because it is kind, but because nothing else survived long enough to challenge it. If this journey into the dark left you with more questions than answers, that means it worked. Let us know which moment stayed with you the longest. Write it below. Every theory, every what if, every quiet realization becomes part of the journey we're building together. And if you want to keep standing at the edge of the unknown with us, stay close. There is so much more out there we haven't shown you yet.